You are not standing on your way to the office. You are under arrest.
Life imprisonment. You are currently under
You don't
arrest,
have to say anything. I've got it from a... Right, sir, you're under arrest. Now, stand down. Get your hands under arrest. I'm sorry, you're under arrest. Step back. Step back.
Just stay back now, yeah?
Sir, I'm going to read the crime. Misdemeanors in public office and the conduct in public office. The recruitment of harm. Conspiracy to abuse forces and noxious substances intent for serious harm and death. Rape, negligent manslaughter, corporate manslaughter, corruption, fraud, blackmail murder, conspiracy to commit murder, terrorism, genocide, torture, crimes against humanity, false imprisonment, multiple breaches of human rights, war crimes, multiple breaches of the Nuremberg Code of 1947, multiple breaches of the Human Rights Act 1998, and treason. Every single officer has been put on a caution notice. Should you fail to uphold your oath, your assertion or affirmation to serve the public, it carries a sentence of life imprisonment. You will be prosecuted in your own personal capacity.
Me and a dedicated team of people have come down to another centre. As you can see, all along inside the centre is filled with police guns. There is an 8,200% death increase in our children this year. So from 2021, 2022, there was an 8,200% death increase in our children. Mine and yours. Vaccines are not safe and they are not effective, guys. We have all been lied to. Again, I'm going to ask the brave men and women that are listening today, please make a stand. We come down here today, we brought police force, our ex-police force, we brought ex-squaddies, we brought doctors, we brought lawyers, and still, these guys are refusing to look at the evidence. Let me remind you, sirs, ma'ams, ladies and gentlemen, under the Act 24 Alpha, wrong, A, sorry, this is 24A, is if these guys, if they fail to do their job, they are breaking 3 laws. Perverting the course of justice, misconduct in public office, and guilty of assisting a known offender. All 3 crimes are very serious crimes, ladies and gentlemen. We are in our right as people, and the 24A appears to make citizens arrest guys. And I will remind you, if the police in their ability in law, we the people take that power back. On Tuesday, we went back down to Bristol, back down to the JAP Centre, and I conducted a citizen's arrest on a police officer, okay? The police officer claims that I assaulted him. So now we go to court. That's what courts are for in this beautiful country. We will go to court and we will prove that these guys are misconducting themselves in public office. We have exhausted all avenues with our police system. They are ignoring us. The same as they ignored us with Jim Savile. He died after 50 years, a free man, after there was 500 reports. Look at them all, fleeing the sea. Look at them all. They're running away from us, troops. We stand together and we are powerful. They are nothing without us. We give them the power to police us. And if they fail, if they misconduct themselves in public office, 24/8, we can make citizens arrest. Guys, please pass this message. Crime reference number 522236390. I say again, 522236390. Get that down to your local police station, demand that they do something, and if they don't, they are breaking the law. And you are in your right to arrest them. Hold the police accountable. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
We're coming for you.
Just doing your job isn't an excuse.
Move out
You're a
of the
human.
way. I would like to let my patients come in.
You're a
Please
human.
move out of the way.
Who's in charge?
Currently we're outside a closed down vaccine centre in Windsor. Mark Sexton has been arrested, plus 2 others.
Guys, Mark Sexton's been arrested. They're illegally detaining them inside the centre.
Now, they've used the excuse of trespass, but it's totally invalid. The difference between the police constable and a member of the public is the police get paid to do their job. We don't get paid to police, but we can police just as much as they can.
They've all been served with notice, and mark my words, last year's conspiracy theorists, we're working with fact now.
So now the police are in violation of the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, Section 26, abuse of police power. They haven't got any defence. Everything that's happened inside the vaccine centre is on video, so we have the video evidence. Furthermore, the police are very kindly put on their cameras and their video. Now their cameras are password protected, so they can't just delete it. All these constables inside have actually filmed themselves committing crimes.
The level people can't comprehend the enormity of this. They can't comprehend the enormity of it, and I believe a lot of people are ignoring it because they're protecting themselves. There's kids dying, kids in school having heart attacks, footballers, athletes dropping down. It's not over. Go to these centres. These are hardcore jabbers, and they're taking their kids with them.
One person who is here has to have the courage to do their job.
So we have the claim to rights for at least one crime. That's the abuse of police power under the Criminal Justice and Courts Act 2015, Section 26.
Do you understand?
So now they've been arrested, that amounts to false arrest, imprisonment and kidnapping. So they have now a claim against the police force and the police constables personally for their actions.
This will be stopped, the media will be taken down, and if you're on the wrong side of this line when that happens, you are all going to prison for life. Do your job!
On the 1st of October, to a week last Saturday, we attended the University of West England vaccination centre. The police turned up on that day, Inspector Nikiat from Avon and Somerset Police. He issued us a crime number, 522-363-009. Yeah, I will read out the crimes that were cited on that day. Mark Sexton is a former police officer. Inspector Nikiat showed us the courtesy of looking through that evidence with the NHS people on site. They saw a valid enough reason on that day to close the vaccine centre down, and 350 people were saved from taking the gene editing bioweapon. The government, by its own admission, have stated numerous deaths, harm and injury have come to members of our public. We're here today, sir, to ask you to do your job, to do your lawful job, and we are insisting that this process is stopped until you have a chance to look at the evidence. This is going to happen today, sir, because we're not going to allow one more child to die. Currently, from January last year, 2021, to March 2022, there's an increase of 8,200% in deaths. On the VAERS statistics, there's an increase of 100,000% in strokes. This is a concerted global attack. There's a blanket mainstream media cover, a disinformation campaign of the magnitude we have never seen before. Sir, are you going to do your lawful duty today and serve us? I'm just going to... No, we're not focusing. Out of your list, you're going to here. People are allowed to come here to we're here to facilitate. What's going to happen is every single officer in attendance will be given a caution notice. Should they fail to act on their own, their affirmation, their attestation to protect and serve, they will be held personally accountable and liable for abandoning office, which carries up to a lifetime. So if Chris back introduced, sir, as the commanding officer, as the senior officer, you will be arrested. This is our lawful right, legally affirmed in section 24A of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act, know more about it 1984. At this stage, obviously, you're here doing it. I want us to work with you. I want you to work with us. Make sure you're doing what you need to do. Absolutely. Yeah, and you're safe. Absolutely. At the same time, the public are safe as well. They're not being safe because this is a crime scene. No, they haven't. This is a crime scene, sir. But you can't... This is a crime scene. Your job is to serve us. It's a crime scene. I'll ask you to leave it. It's a crime scene. You can contaminate the crime scene. No. You have to ask you. We will ask you to bring a forensic. Essentially, we're here to facilitate what you guys can do. We're here to facilitate what people want to do as well. Okay, so you're going to facilitate what we're going to do. And what we're here to do is the place shut down. And it's your job to do that. It's not your job to evaluate the evidence. This whole show is some paperwork. We have residential proof. You've got to understand, I'm here to, I feel a bit overwhelmed. Yeah, sure. People feel me, like everyone crowding around me. I'm not against anybody. Please, I'm getting invited. Whenever I see you guys do this, every single person you see is respectable, professional, decent, caring. I'm not saying you're not, yeah. No, I'm not saying we're not here to hurt any single person. We're here to protect the local environment. So what would your resolution be? What's your outcome? Every single vaccine centre in the United Kingdom must be closed down. This is a national public emergency of health. We are being lied to on a scale that's never been seen before. We have documentation that proves the harm. We have that documentation. Evidence is you've always aware. Have you been to like we have been MPs, we've had meetings with MPs, we've been to the Majesty's Inspector of Constabulary,
Sergeant. He has gone on national television demanding the vaccine to start immediately after 9 months research into this, which papers peer reviewed.
I'm not disputing anything you're saying, but I'll be honest with you, it's a bit unrealistic for expecting me to close all this down. Yeah? What I can do in the time being is facilitate you guys here, handle it here peacefully, and let people carry on. It's their choice what they want to do.
Sergeant, let me show you the evidence.
The same way it's your choice that you want to do it.
You just said it's their choice. We just told you it's a bioweapon. How is it their choice when we told you your choice is to stop it? Can I just ask?
I'm not into that side.
But that's what your job is to serve us, and we're providing.
We're serving you by letting you spread that way. We're letting you spread that way. But at the same time, you can't stop people coming in.
Allow me, and others, 15, 20 minutes of more time to show you hard facts and evidence.
You can respect to me. We'll have that chat.
There's no both sides.
I need to go update what's going on here right now. Yeah, and I'll be back in a chat.
And could you get a senior officer here that can...
Yeah. I'll put a request in.
Thank you very much.
Before we came here, I was putting the request in anyway. But I need to come here. Excuse me, find out exactly what's going on. Yeah.
And also, just to add on to what we've already said, everything being conducted in here is illegal. No one is being given informed consent. And the reason being, all these gene editing bioweapons are in trial until 2023. So there is no way of you being able to rebut the government's own admissions that these are causing death, injury and harm. That is a fact, and that is the truth.
Nothing to do with it.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about it.
We will show you.
We will show you.
Thank you. You've got people around the back. No. Leave us on to people around the back. It's the same. You've got to chat with them. The same thing. We're going to ask them.
We're all one group of people.
How many roughly are there?
No idea.
And where do you guys come from? Or in the country?
All over the country.
There's another group further down the road. Do they associate with you?
No idea. I don't know who you're talking about. And also, on that board there, it's saying 5 to 11 years old. That's actually been stopped. The only child they're saying should have it, they shouldn't be having it anyway. So we are here for the children. They're the main point of all of this. Children cannot be given informed consent by parents who haven't got informed consent. This is stopping today, regardless.
Can I ask, there's a big paedophile problem in the UK as well, isn't there?
One issue at a time.
But this is the same people. We're protecting the children. This is the same thing. So if there was a paedophile problem, you guys would be straight on the scene, right? So you can't. It's not hypothetical. It's the biggest problem in the UK at the moment. Same people.
I'm here for this.
We're here for the children.
One issue at a time.
We will provide you and the inspector and we will show you.
We will show rolling. So let me go and see.
Go and do what you need to do.
Can I ask one more question? The reason that says that right now, someone's being raped
Stop someone's getting murdered.
Every day, that's in law right now at the moment. That's going on. That's different story. You're twisting everything at the moment. Let me show you the definition of informed consent. I'm sorry, mate.
Would you like to know the definition?
At the moment, I need to go sort this out. I'm not disputing anything you're saying, but I'll be honest with you, it's a bit unrealistic for expecting me to close all this down. Yeah? What I can do in the time being is to sit you guys here, let people in peacefully, let people carry on. It's their choice what they want to do. Let me show you the evidence. It's the same way it's your choice that you want to do it.
Ex-police officers here as well. My children also your responsibility.
What, is he the only one left?
Decrease in the birth rate since 2021, since the vaccine rollout, and 75,000 excess deaths. Deaths are going up, births are going down. Work it out for yourself, all post-vaccination.
We're worth more dead than alive. Look up the Cesta KB Act and understand what happens when a government wants to balance the books. Guys, look up Cesta KB, 1666.
To you as a man, and you as a man, and you as a man. We've been tricked into taking a bioweapon because it doesn't do anything for COVID.
It's more police fed up with what's going on, so all it takes is take a stand. They're all going to take one for your unit.
I got an idea. The spirit just hit me. So it's like, you know how you always see like the pictures of like the flag standing up during war, and then there's like a whole bunch of bodies under it by the time the morning comes up, and like people just trying to hold the flag up, you know what I mean? Well, these guys are pretty much doing this. That's what you're seeing right here. These guys are holding up their rights, and we are the body of the Spirit. We are the church, the mass of people. We are the body of the Spirit of truth, and our body is a sacrifice for the truth. So when we line up all together, see what they're doing is they should have did is they should have just went in and started reading out. They should have had one person in the background reading out all that information to the people going in the center. Just like, you know, just loud enough for them to hear it. And then when they come to try to take him away, he passes the book to someone else in the crowd, and then they start reading it. And then when they come to take him away, they pass it like football, like rugby. You know what I mean? Like soccer, like basketball. Keep passing the rock. That's the point. Like even the Olympics, they even try to show you. They'll take the torch and pass it all the way around the world just so it get there, because the energy of the person runs out. The sacrifice has been made for that person, but the job is not done until it's done. So the spirit that you hear in me is one of those. It's a light in the dark. And you know, I'm trying to kindle you guys, let you guys like pass the flame, because they're snuffing up. That's what they come to do. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. Light, truth, salvation. And that's the word, you know what I mean? They come to destroy heaven, all the sacred. No man is innocent. Everybody has been used. See, the point is, it's like, okay, like I was saying, like, okay, when you're trying to get to that, back to the Olympic torch analogy, how when they run, it's like if somebody comes to distract them or to try to steal the torch. Well, not steal the torch, but just like try to make it to where they don't get there, or they slow down so that they wreck the plans and everybody, you know, whatever. They try to throw a wrench in the plan. They bite the heel to slow them down. You know what I mean? To poison them. You know, they constrict their movements. That's what serpents do. You gotta look at that. Constriction is censorship. All right. A constrictor, a reticulated python. There's two types of snakes in the world. There's the vipers that'll strike you, and then the poison will sink in. That's the double jab, 2 fangs, hypodermic needle teeth. It goes in, and then you'll fall down later on, and then they'll come and get you and devour you and send you to the lower realms with the insect kingdom. That's the serpent and the reptile kingdom. So pretty much, like I said, like that torch, you got to get it to the freaking flame. You got to get the flame, the torch, to the altar or whatever. You know what I mean? And so Yasha did it. Yasha, he did it. He got it to the altar and died on it. And it was glorious. No one, like, it was glorious. Come on, man. He brought the truth, the way and the life, all the way to the altar without falter. It was glorious. It still is glorious. It always was glorious. Always will be glorious. He is the one. From the beginning. The heaven and earth will pass away, but the word shall remain forever. You know what I mean? So that's that flame that we trying to get to the altar. You know what I mean? They trying to distract us from getting that flame to the altar, and that's where they make you falter. Like I said, they get to advertisement. You know what I mean? That's a lot of distractions. You get busy with money. They make you think you need something, or they try to scare you into thinking that you need something, to where your priorities change, and then you revert instead of putting all your energy core, you only have an energy core. Instead of putting your energy into speed, you put your energy into shields, and ain't nothing coming, and then you wasted all that energy on shields, and now you ain't got no juice for speed when it's time to get away, because, you know, they make you use your power. They suck your power out. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point. They snuff out your flesh. That's that censorship. That they make you censor yourself. Damn, you know, for fear. Fear of them. You should only fear the word. You should only fear Yasha. You should only fear Ahaya. You should only fear the Ruach HaKodesh, because they are one. That is the word. And the expanse from here to heaven and beyond will echo, will always chamber that for you. You can't go far enough into the future to get away from that. You can't go far enough in the past to get away from it. Even before your Big Bang, these scientists talk about, you still have the electromagnetic field of it that contains and retains even your Big Bang. Let there be. Okay. Firmament. There we go. So anyway, man, back to this. You know what I mean? I spoke for about 10 minutes right here. I'll let y'all back. Actually, I think this is pretty much over with, but oh yeah. So what these guys should do is, or what we should do is, as people, as far as the truth goes, you pick up the truth and have somebody, you duplicate it. That's what Yasha said. That's what he said. When you get something good, you duplicate it. So Ahaya did. That was the first thing he did. He duplicated himself with and it became it was his word. It's him, and that's Yasha. In heaven, and then on earth. As in heaven, so it is on earth. He did it on heaven first, and then on earth at perfect timing, always on time. So there's no denying. And any other name after that, I already told you guys, is counterfeit, man. It still goes in the favor of Yasha. It still goes in the favor of the word, though, because the mystery, you'll feel the spirit. The spirit will tug on you if you care. The spirit will tug on you. You'll start to, if you really care, then you'll seek, and when you seek, you will find. Because seekers, you can't do that without faith. I tell you that 100%. 100%. And the faster you do it, the faster it happens. 100%. That's the truth. And it'll set you free. 100%. So, man, like, you know, the worders are light. The worders are flame. The darkness does not understand the inside of us. The confusion. The authority that we have is prayer. In Hebrew, the word author means prayer. Author means prayer. That's what prayer, that's how you say prayer in Hebrew. Or how you say author in English is prayer. I should say that, because author was way before English. Prayer. You get it? So this is where I'm going for the roots. Because that's where you grow the fruit. You know what I mean? Don't be tripping over the darn roots. Run around here looking for fruits. Do it yourself. Picking on somebody else, man. Everybody's like, it's that's how the system has it, man. Like, you don't know your worth, so you become fast-tracked into sapping off of someone else. But like, nothing goes unbalanced. You know, I shouldn't say unbalanced, but unchecked. You know what I mean? Judgment comes to all. You know, all debts will be paid, and it may not be paid back in specific ways, exactly the way that it was. It went out, but when it comes back in, it'll be sufficient. That's the Most High. He's 100. He's way beyond, you know, any doubt. I'll tell you that. His word always comes back whole. Always comes back. You know what I mean? It never comes back empty-handed. That's two things for sure. It always come back, and it never come back empty-handed. That's the word for you. Come on, man. Make sure you go at the word. The word lasts longer than this physical world. Even the ground that you walk on and the bones that you use to support yourself on it. So your word from the core is you. You know what I mean? You need to get right with that. Get your house in order. That's your house. You know what I mean? Your word, your home. So these cats right here, they're over in the UK storming all these centers and running up on the freaking they're storming the vaccine centers and running up on the police, letting them know the word. What was the word? Nuremberg. What's Nuremberg? 1949 or 1947? Nuremberg Code? You serious? If you don't know what that means, and you're a person of service in the government, and you didn't see that coming, Okay. I've been telling people for like 2 years. 2 years, man. As soon as it happened, when I saw it, as soon as it happened, I already knew. As soon as I heard about, like, somebody said Nuremberg, I saw like a little clip of it, like just like a little, I was skimming through like 2 years ago, and I saw, my mind said, go back. Did you just see Nuremberg? Oh man. Oh man. That's bad. That's real bad. That's bad. They gon' that's what they want. They want blood for blood. Come on, man. They want revenge and vengeance. All right. So they're coming on all countries. They're going after all governments. They're going after all policemen, all nurses, all doctors. They're going after them with Nuremberg. So, and like I said, that's that flame that started in the Holocaust. So you think you're going to put that flame out? Hitler put the Olympics back up just for that, just to prove that he was their race was the best. You know what I mean? So that flame that he lit out of the Olympics from Zeus, an idol, and even then he got beat by Jesse Owens, but still, you're gonna see that happen again. They're gonna light that flame and they're gonna storm after all these people. And I got people that's in the service. That's all my family do. I've been trying to tell them. So it ain't like I'm sitting over here bragging and happy, sitting well. I got family and I got feelings, and I've been warning them for about 2 years. Before 2 years, I've been letting them know something was coming. So I'm letting y'all know, man. This is real. These guys, you see them over here fighting the damn cops in the center, shutting it down, letting them know they're all about to get arrested and for life. And they're storming all these centers across the UK, and they're not putting it on they have not been putting it on the news internationally. And they've been doing it in Australia also. They're not letting you guys know. I'm telling you, when they say the revolution won't be televised, that's because they moving in silent like G's. Come on, these guys are walking around not in suits, not in gangster boots, and they're coming in with pen and pad writing down names. And that's exactly how it happened in Nuremberg. They come in with pen and pad, they check the schedule, see who was working that day. You are not getting away. If you want your paycheck, and what for what? You gonna get that paycheck just to get killed over it. They're gonna kill you over that paycheck because you're gonna come in and you're tied to it. Why do you? Oh, and it's even getting worse because they're gonna hack into that system that everybody's gonna get digitalized into, and then you're really not gonna get away. Because they're probably just gonna pass some type of international like agreement to just go and catch you like a thief in the night. Come on. If you don't pay attention to the scriptures, you better get right, man. Like, you better get right. These guys are coming like a thief in the night. All right, you see they all colors and all nations storming these places, letting them know that they're about to come and arrest these guys and hang them. Seriously. You think these cats are lying? You ever seen a soccer hooligan? You ever see how that shit gets out of control? Have you ever been in a riot? And I'm talking about not some little protest. I'm talking about a full-on riot. I'm not talking about some protest, man. I'm talking about something like Watts riots or like Vancouver Canucks riots, like stuff like that, or like UK, like I said, soccer hooligan riots. Like, these cats, they've got a pass all over the globe. So you think that culture is not upon you right now? You're gonna see heads getting kicked around in the streets. That's how the game of football was started. What you call footy, soccer. They took the king's head and chopped it off, and they would kick it through goals and play. This is a cult, okay? And they're gonna masquerade as angels of light. So yeah, you should be having pity on your enemies, man. Pity. You've been warning them that you're only gonna be destroyed by your own demise because you are disobedient. What's disobedient? Meaning like you transgressed. You transgressed upon others. For what? Greed, pride, a sense of security, which is false. Like, you put your trust in man. One of the first laws is put your trust in no man. Have no man before the Most High. Come on, man. So this day, nobody is innocent. I'm telling you, it's coming. These cats are starting in the east and they're storming west, all right? And you think that these cats are gonna stop at these vaccine centers and police stations in the UK? You got another thing coming. You can't even speak American or English your damn self. How you gonna tell when these cats roll up on you standing right next to you? You see that we already love their culture so much that we let them come right on in through the freaking every entrance and take over every position. All right? So when they wake up and realize that they've been screwed over and y'all wasn't listening, they're gonna come right after you. And they, because that's what their culture is. They don't give a damn where they are when it starts. They're gonna look at the people right next to them and it's gonna be fire. That's what they're doing. They're going straight for the heads. They're going for heads, man. This is like both sides. So it's like a checkerboard or a chessboard. They use the same exact tools and weapons. So you're complaining about your enemies doing you one way, but you're gonna do them the same way with the same bullets made by the same people. Same rope made by the same people. So the man in the middle still gonna win, and you still don't see it. You still don't see that the dragon got you. And that's what a war really is, man. Is that you are lashing out at your brothers. That's how I put on the episode yesterday and let you guys know on the video yesterday and say, hey man, those guys over in the Azov, that's Esau from the Bible, Jacob's brother. All right, though that is Israel. And you look at them like they're not, they are. Just because they're not in Israel doesn't mean that they're not Israel. Just like Judah over here, just because we're not in Israel don't mean we're not Israel. Okay? So when I say you're just handing Israel over to the damn dragon and saying, yeah, bomb them, yeah, kill them. There's people that have nothing to do with that are Israel, that are in that country just like we are, that have nothing to do with this government, and we're going to pay the price. And we've been getting screwed over the whole way and still got to pay the price. And that's them. They're getting screwed over the whole way and still got to pay the price. And that's the prophecy. You know what I mean? So if it come down to that, you just decide how it's gonna happen, man, because people are gonna die. Period. You gotta decide, are you passing the flame when you die? When you expire? Or is the flame snuffed out with you, your generation? Is the flame stuffed out with you? Your bloodline, your family tree. Because if you ain't recognized, family trees are getting pruned. Everybody, in so many ways. Let me add it up for you. Okay, you have a phenomenon of people just going sterile. Okay, how many different ways? Some people say the water. Some people say the clinics, like from choice, from certain movements that people, are just, getting sucked into, literally. But vucked into, that's with a V. Bucked into, that's with a B. There's many different ways of it. Okay, and they're literally pruning off to make sure that you do not reproduce. All right, so that's war. All right, if you don't believe that that's part of war, but they're already telling you to get ready because nukes are coming. Get ready, get your freaking iodine pills. Come on, man. So they're talking about war in heaven, and you don't think that it's going to happen on earth? The first part of war is cutting communications and resources. You got Musk took away the damn, excuse my French, but damn is not a curse word. Damn means blood. Musk took away the freaking Starlink from Israel over in Ukraine so that they can't communicate in the middle of an emergency of a threat of being nuked. Okay. So You don't think that people are trying to kill somebody, like a whole bunch of Israelis? Come on, man. Like there's a plan. Cutting off gas, communicate sanctions. People are fighting amongst themselves. They're purging. So like King Herod back in the day, right before, like as Yasha was being born, how King Herod went and purged all the firstborn in Israel. Same way with the, like, yeah, like that's what we're talking about. Like right now, you're saying, oh, it's just a war going on. No, they're purging people that don't speak the way that they speak and don't want to live the way that they live. If you don't want to live like Esau, you got to go. And they don't even want to tell you that. They want to kill you for glory before you even get out of there, because that's how it is. That's how it is. Great hunters before the Most High. Come on, man. Like Nimrod. What you thinking? These cats can hunt. Come on, man. They got, this is Israel we're talking about. You make no mistake, no matter how small they are. There's trouble always on the horizon with us. Like, I'm not saying that Israel's freaking innocent. We're not. You know what I mean? And the fact of the matter is, we can complain about each other all we want. Kanye West starting his beef over there. Come on, man. With other brothers, Azov. That's what he's talking about. Esau. Okay, so you got all these people beefing across waters and nations against nations. And this is not just, we're talking about ballistics. We're talking about the words, the labels. We're taking people hostage and censoring them. Look at these cats. They're trying to arrest the dang police. That's what they come to do. There's another video where they got the dude, I think they catch up with him later and try to arrest him in the park or something. Like they follow him to the precinct or something and try to arrest the police because he denied them the ability to shut down the vac center. And anybody that's freaking not in, like I'm telling you, bro, look, this is nations rising, kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall. So Judah is going to deal with itself first. That's why you see black people killing black people over here. All right. You see Esau dealing with Esau first over there. That's Israel. As in heaven, so it is on earth. We're doing this all like house, brother against brother, father against son, mother against daughter. House divided is a house destroyed. This kingdom is just destroyed worldwide. You have people running out of the South Americas all the way up to North America to replace the bodies that are about to pop up here. There's about to be a big, like I said, purge. People are killing off each other. They're doing it in the background every day, all day. It's sad. And the children, all we could do is put our heads in the children of Israel, all we can do is put our heads into some knowledge to survive, because we're destroyed for lack of knowledge. You know what I mean? All right. So we got to get this, like I said, that's our flame. You know what I mean? The work, you know, the sweat of our brow is our glory. You know what I mean? So you got to work hard at it to stay afloat, because these cats is coming with all type of curses. Every curse you ever thought of or heard of is happening, and y'all still acting like this mess is make believe. That's what makes me laugh so much. I show y'all the dragon darn near every freaking time I bring a video out, and that's real. He's right there on the dang earth. That's the Leviathan, straight up, and there's no denying it. It's hands down, proven fact, history. I didn't make that shit up, okay? So you go talk to them about what is there and why it's named that, why it looks like that. And everybody's arguing about what the earth looked like. You guys are dumb. You guys are so dumb because you're still not getting to the point that there's a dragon on the earth. Because when you get to that fact, then you'll realize that the earth is neither flat nor round. You'll realize that shit. And it annoys the hell out of me because that's the distractions I'm talking about that stop you from getting your flame to the altar. Certain distractions like that. You guys are getting snuffed out left and right over stupid stuff that they can mock you over as they drink your blood, as they drink the children's blood. Because everybody's working hard and they're not getting the benefits of their rewards. Somebody else is reaping them. That's somebody else's blood. Your blood, your sweat is their glory. And that is not the way it should be. That is not the way you were made. And it's time to wake up on that. And these cats is letting you know that they're right to an extent, but the way that they're going about executing this is not right. They're about to kill a lot of people, okay? And this is gonna be, you think that those fires in Greece, back in the 2010, you think those fires in Greece that swept over that highway and took out that lady and them kids was bad? Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. The fire that's about to kindle in Israel, when this comes upon you, it's gonna be sudden, because they're not gonna get, like, there's a point, like a benchmark, their test. This is like a benchmark test. They're seeing how many centers they can shut down peacefully. And then after a while, they're gonna see that they need to up the ante real quick before there's a response that stops them. So what do you think is gonna happen? They're gonna move on and start, and that's just a precursor of what's just gonna happen in America. Okay? That's a precursor of what's gonna happen in all other countries around the world that this has been affecting. All the courtrooms, all the precincts. You saw Chaz over in Seattle. All right, you saw that mess. So when that, you think it can't happen in America, you're out of your freaking mind. You're out of your freaking mind. All right? Because, like I said, where was that at? That was right there between the Canucks and Watts. And you know how they do it. They take the whole city down. So, okay? Do you understand that? They take the whole damn city down. The whole city down. All right? Those guys are like a human typhoon just coming through. They will take a whole city down. And these cats over here is kindling that flame. And it's going to be like the butterfly effect. And it's going to be like instant, like antipodes and stuff popping off. You're going to see it happen on the other side of the world, and it's going to be popping up on you before it happened to your neighbor. You'd be like, well, how the hell it... You see, that's what you don't understand, because you're in that service. You're like, it can't happen to me. Shit. Come on, man. If you ain't been looking for the signs, people have been quitting their jobs because they've been seeing it coming. Okay? All these step downs, all these people that are saying, hey, I can't get with this. I can't be with this. I can't do this because there's going to be repercussions. And those other people are like, well, there's going to be so much money that we get, they can't do anything. They can't make war with us. We own everything. We own the science. That's what they're saying. All right? And what's going to happen? They're going to burn everything. So what do you own after that? Both sides will lose. There's going to be no winners for man. All right? The only winner for man, like I said, already made it to the altar with his flame. Everybody else, you better catch that flame. All right? He died on that altar with his flame. And it was not snuffed out. All right? So you better catch that flame. Yasha is not playing. When he come back, the flame's already gonna be lit. He's just gonna come back and just that spirit. You know how when wind hit fire? Well, you ain't seen no wind. You ain't seen no wind like the spirit. I'm telling you. Heaven, earth, space, the expanse, all that. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. All white. Everything's just gonna be hot, boy. It's gonna be fizzling, sizzling, zapping, zipping, flames, hot white flames, okay? And it's gonna be his word. It's gonna be his word that made it happen. And I'm telling you guys, you ain't seen nothing like it. You ain't seen nothing like it. I didn't even get to see. I pretty much fainted when I got wind of what I was experiencing in my dream. When I saw what we are into, okay, where we reside as far as Earth. Like I said, this is not what you guys think it is. It ain't flat, and it ain't no freaking ball like y'all think it is. It is something else. All right, it's a living thing, if not multiple living things. It is different, and it's contained like a terrarium garden. Okay, and there's an electromagnetic field, okay, that you would call a force that can bend all types of elements, and it can dome. I'm telling you, it's made of like all things. It's weird. Electromagnetic force is the most powerful force. That's why Ahaya, the word magnifies. He will magnify you. It's attracting and repelling, okay? He came to attract the first time, and now he's coming with his sword of repelling. He's about to push, and it's fire, I'm telling you, man. Propulsion. This word he's coming, this flame is gonna be something else. And it's gonna speak through the body. Man, the people that are seeing this coming, shaking in their boots, and they don't want to tell anybody because, like, it's just only gonna make it worse for them because people just are dumb and don't know how to react to things, so they're gonna kill the messenger, shoot the messenger, arrest the messenger, and that's what these cops are trying to do. They're trying to arrest these guys, coming to tell them that they're about to get arrested. That ain't gonna help you. Just like Nuremberg, that ain't gonna help you. Oh, we're just doing our job. That's not gonna freaking help you. You're not doing your job. You're doing the devil's job. Your job was to sit there and have faith in the word and be thankful for the life that you have, instead of trying to save the life from fear of what somebody else told you. Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta live like this. Society's expectations. That's what you're literally doing. Satan's expectations. That's exactly what that means. I exceed minimal expectations on my transcript. High school. All right? And it's on the delivery part. Execution part. That's me. Judgment part. That's me. Exceeds minimal expectations. That's my transcript. Not very well at speaking at the time, but very good at communicating. When it came down time to it, I don't play around. And that's because I take the word serious. Before I even understood. I was humble enough. And it goes a long way, because I was in trouble solely because of my word when I was young. I lost heaven. I lost earth because when I was young for my word, because I was misunderstood. So it was always a fight. It was always a clash every day. That's what I woke up for. Gladiator shit. That's what I woke up for. Boosie badass type, like, upbringing, like, you know, like, that's all you see in the hood type stuff in Tennessee, in the South. Get kicked out, you so dang bad. And you realize if you want things to change, if you don't want to lose your people, if you don't want to get taken away from your family, then you're going to have to change the way you communicate to yourself. And when you could change the way you communicate to yourself, then you will gain truth. Because if you're not communicating with yourself, you're gonna lie. It's always gonna be lies, man. It's always gonna be lies to get out of trouble because you fear. But if you communicate to yourself, you ain't gotta stop. You ain't gotta look over your shoulder. You ain't gotta be freaking always trying to impress somebody. You know your worth, and you could tell yourself to slow down and think before you act. You don't let somebody else run your mind, because that's all I lived for when I was young, is just to please others, just to make sure that everybody else was like, yeah, Lamaris is that man right there. That's that one. Nah, man. Lamaris did exactly what we need him to do. It's useful. Nah, man. You grow up and realize you put those childish ways away. And realize that, hey, man, they really took interest in you because they feared you, and they need to know where you are at all times. That's the only reason why you got older bullies running around trying to mess with young kids. It's because they fear you or your bloodline or your family or something. There's an evil spirit that moves. All right? And when they come up and try to get at you, they come in to freaking get rid of you. All right? That's what it is. Like I said, there's been plenty of times where I could have been dead when I was young. Family is not there to save you. But the word will always be there. All right? The word will animate your body and make you do things that you allow you to do things, to have access to things, to give grace that you cannot do on your own. Not by this world's understanding, I tell you that. Hands down. Hands down. Hands down. The only way you can lift your hands up is by the word, 100%. Ain't nothing you doing on your own. You need to let the word live inside of you. And that's the flame. Like I said, don't let that flame die before getting it to the altar. What's the altar? Getting it to someone else for a sign to see. That mission accomplished, that podium. You know what I mean? Somebody else's salvation is your salvation. And if you can't serve that, then you're a bad servant. You're bad at your job. And if you can't serve that, then others are going to suffer because of that, because of you. And that's exactly what these cats are telling you by law right now. In law, they're saying, hey, man, if you won't allow me to arrest this policeman, you're breaking the law. You're not a good servant of the law, calling yourself a policeman, hiding behind a badge. And they're talking to the doctors, they're talking to the judges, they're talking to the policemen, and they're warning them all, writing every last name down. Writing every last name down. Now, what do you think that is? Those are flames. And they're going to snuff those flames out. Because what goes around comes around, right? That's what they're going to do. That's what's happening. Look at all those elders that died in those homes, those nursing homes. Look at all those people that got cremated without even their family even knowing. Look at all those people that literally just totally just disappeared off of the cell phone lines without a trace after lockdowns. You don't even pay attention to this stuff, do you? You think you know the number of the world because somebody tells you that. You gotta feel it. I've been praying for people and all disasters since I was 6 years old. That was the first time I learned how to pray for others. At 6 years old, my dad was in Desert Storm. So I learned how to pray for him and his team. You know what I mean? And I understood that children are in this war. They're getting sacrificed. So why not have the ability to pray? That's authority. In Hebrew, you're the author. Okay? And since I was 6 years old, I've had that authority. All right? So I'm telling you, the souls that left, I learned that I could pray for it. I said, hey man, I pray that anybody that really is having trouble finding, finding the truth, I pray that they found salvation before they died. And if not, please, have these souls, converse with me. You know what I mean? Stay with me. Because I know there is not a good place. There's not. So at the end of the day, when I'm gone, after all these souls that I prayed for, I'm going to have to account for it. At the end of the day, Judgment Day. My name means the sea. No one ever told me, no person never told me to take these souls with me when they die. It's the spirit in my prayer. I just did. I've been doing it since I was a child. Certain disasters, Thailand, stuff like that, 9/11, stuff like that. When they say people are dying in mass, that's when I started. I'm like, well, is the devil just going to take all these people? And I was praying for these souls, saying, man, like, I was literally, as a child or as an adolescent, saying, hey, like, to the Most High, like, I wasn't even knowing his name at the time. Just saying, hey, like, I pray for these souls, like, let them come with me, you know what I mean, until you come and take me. You know what I mean? Like, I felt that life was precious, man. I didn't want to just let it just go without at least trying. You know what I mean? As a child, in prayer on his knees. And been doing it, like, as an adult, I could just walk. I learned to walk with it. And I learned to walk with it like armor and like sword. So when I could use it in action. Prayer was proven. And what happens when I close it? Thankfulness. Thankfulness. So something's happening, man. Something is happening. Because, like, remember in like, when I was young, I was raised off of, like, Highlander and stuff. Christopher Lambert, stuff like that. Chris Lambert, I think that was his name. But, like, stuff like that. And I was like, man, like, this dude is taking souls and getting powerful. You know what I mean? So, as a youngster, that was like a reoccurring theme. Like, when you kill somebody or some soul died, that energy goes somewhere. Like, we're not just dust in the wind, bro. Like, that's our bodies, but our soul is what's important. That's what's important. That's like I don't want to be without them in heaven. You know what I mean? Where I go, if I'm happy, I would like to at least have them experience that. Maybe there's another little heaven somewhere aside that I could put away for them that believed. And we're wondering, like, why is this happening, or what's, everything's got to be revealed someday, man. Like, I'm just saying, it's up to us. Yasha said that in the future, his brothers will hear his voice and do greater miracles than he did. All right? So, in actuality, the way I see it is, you lose a sense, you gain a sense. So I have a sense of world value since I was young, because that's what war is. This world is war. So as a child, learning to pray with authority at 6 years old for war, okay? I was born on a war base. My mother was a warrior and my father was a warrior. So it lets me know, hey, when in Rome, okay. So what do you think my prayers are like? My prayers are not like yours. 100%. And since I was young, nothing like yours. The Spirit gave me the prayer, and that's what's for me. And the Most High has something for you too. Has something for every last one of you. But you got to get with Him with your authority. I said the word prayer is the word author in Hebrew. So if you don't have prayer, then you don't have authority. So you bow down to authority paying your damn bills. You call that authority, they praying on you. You get it? All right. So where's your authority? You got to get that. And I already told you. That's Yasha. That's salvation. He already died on that altar with that flame. All right. That's your authority. He said in His name, in His blood. That is your prayer. And in Hebrew, prayer is author. Authority. That is your authority. By that authority alone. Stands alone. So anything you ask in His name, He know your heart. You can speak in tongues and He know your heart. So how you gonna tell me that my prayer didn't work? I've flown through the air at least 3 times on my own accord, accidentally, and survived. 3 deaths because landing is a bitch. If you always want to fly, I'm going to tell you your biggest problem you're going to have is landing. I learned that at a young age, plenty of times, plenty of times. Jumping off roofs, ramping bicycles, crashing into creeks, off of bridges, into cars beside highways, ramping out of into other bicycles, flying in the air, on back roads. Come on, in competition. The only competition I had was my friends in my neighborhood. That was my body. That was my peers. So my body knows my ability. It's something that man ain't seen. My dad never seen none of that ever. My mom never seen none of that ever. They would never know that I ever did any of this. They had no clue unless somebody had seen it and came and told them without me knowing. The only one that they ever knew about me flying through the air for real was the very last one. Was when I flew off the bike into the car over 40 feet, knocked the car off of 2 wheels, bounced off the car 8 feet in the air, bounced off the ground twice. The bicycle comes out the air, lands a foot in front of my face and almost kills me. The devil was sitting there mocking me the whole way. Life slowed down to a bliss. I'll tell you that. Fast as a kiss, in the blink of an eye, you gone. But in prayer is fast. I'll tell you that. Prayer is faster than the devil. I'll tell you that. The word is king. I'll tell you that. 100%. So, in air, with your feet off the ground, you still have a chance. I'll tell you that. To believe. That's the whole key right there. Once you believe that you have a chance to not die and your feet are off the ground and you're about to hit impact terminal destination, you're either going to live or die. And believing is the only difference. That's the only difference. And I'm guaranteeing you that one. And what do you believe in? You believe in the truth. Hey, I need help and no one is here to help me and I can't help myself. And that's the fact. But the truth is, you always had help. You always got prayer. You always have authority. And it's given by the Most High only, the Spirit. The Ruach HaKodesh, Ahaya HaKodesh, and Yeshaya HaKodesh, Messiah HaKodesh. All right? And I'm letting you know, right now, this world is flying with inertia through the air right into the gates of hell. So, prayer is your authority when your feet are off the ground. You have no hands and no feet in this situation, no skin in the game. Prayer has more dexterity than you will ever have. Okay? And it hits the ground before your feet and hands. So where do you think you're going to land? On your word? Guaranteed. And the softest word cannot be broken. And that's your prayer. That's your authority. No one can take that away. They can't. There's no way. It's too fast. Swift, like a cherub. Like a quivering, flaming sword. That's a whisper. You gonna stop that? It's gonna cool whip you right up, right into the future. That's where you want it to be, so you decide what you believe in. And you speak on that. Or else forever hold your peace and you're gonna rest in it. And that's the truth. And that's what we're looking at right now. Fire is coming at all these nations right now. No nation is spared. Every nation is about to have fire from the courts to the fields. Okay? These people are about to hunt these people down. They're about to hunt down everybody that was high and mighty and had pride and was forcing people into doing these things in the name of safety and security, peace and safety. Now it's come sudden destruction. And the flame is kindled. They are preying on you in high places and principalities. And as above, so below. You better choose a side. Because what's in the middle, there ain't no room. You're about to get crushed. You're about to get crushed. And that's the way they're going to feel, because they ain't going to have time. There is no time. For them, they're desperate. Okay? So desperate moves are being made. Nukes are being drawn. You got like 25 fueling tankers in the air over the United States since Wednesday. You got 4 nuclear bombers. You got freaking 12 anti-Poseidon airborne hunters out there looking from the east to west coast of North America for any activity about to pop off. Okay, so you got those 25 tankers up there just in case the doomsday plane have to go up and he don't have to land no more. That's why those tankers are still up there right now, all over the South, right now, as we speak. Probably even more, probably damn 50. All right, so what I'm saying is, you're in a war, and your only authority is prayer. It's not even a laughing matter. I don't care where you are, who you are, when you are, right now. You better have that under your breath. That flame need to be kindled under your tongue. You need to have that prayer ready to go, in order. All right? Because no matter what or who you are, man, like that's what you were given before you even knew your name. You were given that ability to whisper. You're given that. How you think the mother know to name you? Okay? An angel said. And who you think that angel is? A messenger? A word? A life? A story to tell? A history? Reborn? Born again? Okay. That's the word. You go with it. And you decide what it is right now in this life. All right? Because they done made words mean bad things and good things mean bad things and bad things mean good things. So this is your time. You have the authority to make these words mean the truth in your time. And that's carrying the flame. Okay? Because it goes with your name. And you die on that. That's why you're given a good name so you can go further. That's why Yasha changed the names of these cats so they can go further. That's why spies change their names so they can move in silence and go further. That's why all these secret organizations and intelligence and corporations keep changing their names. That's why the devil and the demon, it's the way of the world. When in Rome. All right? Give you life a little bit more abundantly. But if you going with Yasha, you getting it everlasting. All right? Because Ahaya and Yeshaya are one. And heaven and earth will pass away, but the word shall remain forever. Because it is the Ruach HaKodesh, which the spirit of understanding, which all things come through. Spirit of rejuvenation. All right? The truth, the way, and the light. It's the seed. All right? The Eshdoth, the fiery law. All right? And that's your word, man. That's your word. Everybody's got the word. Everybody's got it. So there is no color in this. You ain't got no skin in this game. That is to be sacrificed. That is just to contain this word. And your word is supposed to tame this skin, heaven. What you're in contained in, you tame that first, and then you use the sharpened, honed skills from taming your own word, taming your own life. Then you let it, with control, affect other people's life. Don't bring that busted up, old, untested, unused, manipulated, counterfeit mess up to somebody and expect to, like, come on, man, you know you ain't doing nothing with your life. You know, no matter how much money you damn make or have, you're not doing nothing with it. It's useless. You're a useless eater, and you're freaking making it look like everybody else that's struggling is useless or whatever. So people that's not doing anything is useless. No, man, those people care. They care enough not to freaking take up the space that somebody else is going to try to kill them or fight them over. You know, they could just move on. You know what I mean? And do without. You know what I mean? You learn to do it out so that you can have a better outcome in the future. That's called fasting. You do without comfort. You know what I mean? So that you could have a better outcome in the future. And that's what they're doing. That's what we doing. That's what the humble are doing. We're doing without it. We're doing that without all that violence because we know there's not a good outcome in that future. And we're telling you, man, you're about to get purged by yourselves. Those same damn people you thought were your friends, man, you're about to see the mask come off. You're about to, and a lot of people have already seen it, and you haven't even known that they've seen it. So many people have seen it come off already in these past 2 years, and they quit, or they got fired, or they got misrepresented, or they got somehow discredited or censored, or they disappeared. Nobody knows. Like, we're talking about millions and millions and millions of people. We're not talking about just a couple of hundred, a couple of thousand people. No, millions and millions and millions of people. Okay? How you think the job market opened up? Oh, we got all these jobs available. But nobody can freaking work them because nobody's going to work them. Because they already know what's coming. You can hold out all these carrots you want, but people see stuff and they can't unsee it. And man, there's no amount of money in the world, no amount of lust of any material thing in this world that's gonna stop these people. There's two sides to that sword. You know what I mean? Like, you either get with it or get chopped up. But it's coming. Unstoppable. Unstoppable. That sword is coming like that. You get with it or you getting chopped up. And they're going from the court to the field. I'm telling you. They are not playing. I've been telling you guys for 2 years straight, begging and pleading with you guys. Please listen. Please listen. They've been whispering about it. Please listen. They've been whispering about it. Please. Oh man, they got councils and committees on it. Please listen. There's more videos on this. There's way more videos on this. But I'm not really going to search into all that because proof is not going to save you. You need to have faith. Faith is something that you believe in things that are not yet evident. That's what else is that? Well, in this world, you call that luck, which is a play on Lucifer. It means preparation meets opportunity. Is luck. So, okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's some bullshit right there. And I'm mad at it because, like, life is what you call it. You know what I mean? So if you're going to stick with that because it's popular, then you're going to die with it because it's popular. That's the in and out of it, period. And that's what goes around comes around. That's you dying by your own hand, by your own transgressions, pretty much, because it's all advertised, man. In this day and age, you can't go outside without somebody seeing you, and they're gonna peep your style from head to toe, and they're gonna pass judgment on you. And if you trying to please and be looking like everybody in TV and stay up with the top fashion or you know, just doing something like that, people are going to want to imitate or replace you. And notice that I said both of those. I said imitate or replace you. And that's what people are just ignorant on. They don't even understand that shit. They want to imitate you or replace you. Be like, oh, it's okay. I'ma do me. It's okay. No. See, I had to learn that mess the hard way too. Because now you're getting into the age where you got the AI coming to replace you. They don't need humans, man. This is the end. Okay? They don't need us like that. So they're going for bloodlines first. And this is the war. I'm telling you. You either get with them or they're going to chop you up. Either way it goes, you're dealing with the truth and a counterfeit. Because the truth is coming with a double-edged sword. Get with it or get chopped up. And the counterfeit is coming with a double-edged sword. Get with it or get chopped up. And like I said, if you're in the middle, what is happening? If you're in the middle, what is happening? You getting scissored. Scissored. Double-edged sword, flaming, scissored. What the hell is that? Some shit you ain't never seen before. Like, this is coming. Because whoever writes the story is going to make it look like it was glorious. You know what I mean? So the next generation is going to be none the wiser about all the freaking, like I said, man, like, that's how it was. I shouldn't say that's the next generation. That's how it's been happening. That's how we're in the position we're in. We are that next generation that happened, that it already happened to our previous, you know, ancestors. It already happened to a previous world before this. Why do you think there's ruins all over the earth underneath millennia of freaking undergrowth? That stuff don't happen overnight, nor in the time period that we've been here. That whole civilization is gone, right there in your face. And they, like I said, you getting distracted. They put so much there in front of you that you can't see what you're walking on top of, what you're standing on top of. They're walking you right into the freaking gas chamber. They're walking you right into a pit, a bottomless pit, man. It's war. War is a bottomless pit. That's this world. It's war, man. This is the breeding ground of it, right here. Whoever makes it out of this is champ. And it's only going to be for one team, the truth. And the counterfeit is going to play counterfeit all the way until there's nothing left to show. Period. So you think that they're just going to have a heart and be like, oh, we got you outnumbered. We know the truth now. And you think they're just going to, oh, okay, you got us. No, hell no. They don't have feelings like that. They don't have fear like that. They do not have fear like that. They don't. Those people will kill them damn selves. That's the worst ones. That's the worst ones, bro. You already know. You in America where it been happening at. They will come get you and then kill themselves just to prove a point. Bitter. and spiteful, just like a serpent. What them snakes do, they spit venom in your eye and then they bite your ass. Because you can't escape because you're blind. So that's the spiteful part. In spite of being blind, you still gonna try to run away, huh? You ain't learned by now? See, that's how they can mock you, because they already show you to your face with your eyes. But because you lack the knowledge of what you're looking at, your eyes deceive you. And that's where they mocking you at. The words, even your name on the damn page, if you don't know what that means, all throughout, 100%, exactly verbatim, what your name means in the root etymology, etymology. If you don't know what your name means like that, then you are slacking. I'm telling you, 100%. You ain't doing your shit right. You're not following your word. Why you think names were changed? Like I said, there you go. To give you life more abundantly. So, like I said, man, that's how these cats is hiding from you and mocking you. Because they'll change their name and raise a whole new world without you and your seed. Because your seed is dangerous because, you know, that information is electromagnetic and radioactive. Your seed can just pop up like, you know, them birds. If you smack one bird on one side of the earth and then fly to the next side of the earth the next day, them birds on the other side of the earth know your face and don't like you either. And you don't know, like, you like, they ain't even got cell phones and computers. How they doing this? But they know their way around the earth, no matter where they at. That's how they doing it. Electromagnetism. All right? There's something going on that you just do not see about this world. All right? So, before you get censored, kindle your flame to someone that you care about, and let alone someone that you care about, just somebody like, look, man, if you don't throw your flame in the dark to try to help out somebody that you don't like, you're no worth. It's no value, man. Like, you're not spreading any light. You know, you're not giving anything. If you're giving flames to people that already got flames, oh, this person's like me. No, man. That's not really producing anything. That's like the servant that had the silver coins, the bad servant, the one servant went and made something out of the silver that was left. When the king came back, all the other servants, you know, they did stupid stuff. They went and lost their money, and one of them went and buried it and didn't make anything out of it. And then, like, the house was falling apart and all that mess. And then the one servant that doubled and tripled his money, he got the rest of the money from the other servants given to him because he was obedient. And he got to watch the other servants get killed and chopped up. Like I said, get with it or get chopped up. That's the double-edged sword. You got orders. What you do with it, you decide. And your seed will pay the price. The children will pay the price, pay for the sins of the parents, and the parents will pay for the sins of the children. So if you get chopped up before you even have kids, then that's your seed paying for your death. You died twice. Damn. I mean, you didn't give a damn. Nobody even cared. You know what I mean? Like, it's all kind of written out like that, man. Now, if you get taken out and then your seed, like, because of you put shame on your seed, and then they go hunt down your seed because of you, then you died twice again. Like, no matter how you look at it, like I said, like, you're not, your life is not your own. You hear that affirmation that just happened from the spirit? I said, your life is not your own. And then there was a horn in the background that went bam, bam, bam. Just like that. That's how the spirit worked. Let you know your steps are ordered. And I'm telling you, man, your steps are ordered to warn the brothers, warn the flock, let them know time is short. All this war that's going on is a big distraction from the big deal that's coming on this world. Like, that's the only thing that they can do is distract you from him. When he gets here, and as he's coming, there's going to be signs that are going to be happening in the heaven, the stars and the earth, the moon and the sun. You ain't paying attention to none of that because of so much distractions from all the entertainment, all the bills, all the war, all the family dying, all the mandates, all the people just not acting reliable, people not giving a damn, people just giving up and acting hopeless, bitter and spitefulness. Like, this world is like, it's like the language. Remember how he said the language became, back in the day, they said the Tower of Babylon, the people that were in it, if they put their heads together and all the nations came together like that, he said, when men come together like that, they can accomplish anything. We need to slow them down, right? So he divided their language. That's all he had to do. He didn't have to go do nothing. Just divided their languages. That's it. And it scattered them, just like that. Bam. Well, pretty much, man, like what we're doing right now, you got to come out of Babylon. You need to change the way that you speak. All right? He's giving you, as in the beginning, so will be in the end. As above, not as above, as in heaven, so it is on earth. In the beginning, so it is in the end. All right, so he scattered their language. He broke their communication. What's that? Censorship. And when did the language come back? When Yasha came back and they started speaking in tongues. So from Babylon, the Tower of Babylon, when the language was confused, all the way till Yasha came back, that was when they started speaking in tongues to speak to each other again. Okay. Because the language was confused and they couldn't accomplish anything out in between that. The people were set apart. We had to stay separate, segregated. Well, now you already know that that's the game plan for the enemy. If they're going to counterfeit everything that the Most High does, that's their playbook. You already know the playbook. They're going to counterfeit. So you need to look for that. You say, hey man, they're going to confuse us. So everybody that we talk to try to help is not going to understand the words that's coming out of our mouth. Why? Because they were not taught English the same way that we were taught English. The words to them don't mean the same thing that they mean to us. So you're babbling. It's babble to them. Like incoherent. You know what I mean? And that's a problem. Because communication is the key. That's the key to the kingdom right there. So like I said, man, you through the Spirit coming on you, you start speaking through Yasha. You know what I mean? You start speaking in His name, and the Spirit's going to come on you, and you're going to start having an understanding of words a little bit better because you care. And when you do, you will be given people to talk to communicate with. You'll be given. You're not given, just anything to just go off and just do any old thing. You know what I mean? Do things that are given within your respected abilities that you've been prepared all this time with. You know what I mean? And it's going to work in your favor if you work like that. It's going to work against you if you don't work like that. It's going to make life harder for you. You know what I mean? So you just got to look forward to these things, man. Like, taking it serious. Some people are going to have to quit their jobs if they want to survive. Like, literally, like, if they want to survive. Because once they get taken away, they're not going to get let out. They're going to be killed. Some of these people are going to have to quit. because you know, if they want to survive, like I said, survival, Yasha, salvation, survival. That's obeying the word. Come out of that. Come out of Babylon. Throw away your pride. Like I said, your peace and safety sitting behind that badge and that job and that desk. I'm telling you, there's sudden destruction coming because they're building a Nuremberg committee 2.0, and it's coming to America. And it ain't gonna be a wave. It's gonna be instant. It's gonna be instant. It's gonna be, look at the internet, bro. It's gonna be instant. It's not gonna be planned out. It's gonna be instant. It's gonna be sudden. And people are gonna disappear like thief in the night. Some people are gonna get taken away. They're not gonna go wait till you go to your job and arrest you. Like these people right here on this video, like they waited to go up to the, this is how this starts. Ooh and ah. Just like Jurassic Park. Ooh, ah, these guys are fighting for us. And then it's gonna be running and screaming like, oh, damn, these guys is killing everybody. Yeah. That's how the devil work on this world with flesh, man. You gotta be careful what you ask for. Especially he get wind of it. He gonna come with what you're asking for, but it's always gonna be some strings attached, and it's gonna go right into hell if you want it. You gotta go dive in to get it. Like that's the way it is. And it ain't even gonna be like, you know there's hell. It's gonna be like a piñata on the outside. You're like, oh, it's good stuff on the inside, and then as soon as you get in, it's gonna be like a evil mummy spirit gonna come out and take over your possess your ass. And that's how they dress it up. They dress up all this evil stuff as attractive and alluring, and especially for kids and all that, man. And I'm telling you, what come behind it is gonna be bullets and anger and revenge from mobs, international mobs, man. These borders are not secure. You got cells of people that are not talking about this, but are gonna get up in that ass. They're not even letting you know. I'm telling you, I can feel it. I can feel it, man. Like, the people that are talking, they're not taking it as serious as it really is, the way that they're talking, because I guess because of censorship or tracing. But yeah, man. These guys, they have a healthy fear for that. But when it gets to the rolling, I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be serious, bro. Like, it's gonna be serious, bro. Serious. Like, you're talking about a civil war here. You're looking at the first attempt right here. This is not the first attempt. You're looking at, like, because they've been doing this on the low for months. This is just one of the videos that they decided to, like, okay, just put up recently, and I'm like, all right, man, I've already seen more, like, enough to say, okay, they're really doing this. This is not just for practice. Like, there are serious committees, and even the committees themselves have split. I told you it was a double-edged sword. The committees themselves have split because some of them want to kill you and some of them want to reform you, just want to jail you up. I'm telling you, man. And we're talking about big committees. We're talking about millions of dollars and millions of thousands of people putting their money together, and it's all walks of life. You think just because you're behind your job and it's all this and the media and advertising, sponsorship and corporations and stuff like that is big, that you're untouchable. That's great error. That's great error. That's peace and safety. That's what you say. Peace and safety at work. I'm going to work. Peace and safety. All right. Sudden destruction. People went to 9/11 and thought that was peace and safety too, huh? All right. Everybody was at work on these days. Thailand, you thought that was peace and safety too, huh? The Philippines, Yeah, you thought that was peace and safety too. Everybody went to go to vacation, peace and safety. It was, all right. All these big ass earthquakes, people talking about nukes going off. You got all these people like at the schools trying to shut the schools down and change the school boards over the kids getting molested and stuff like that. You got government politicians and all types of authority, fake authority, police forces and all these militarized cliques and everything popping up and running away and chasing each other around behind the scenes, stinging operations and what do you call them? Kicking down doors and taking files from each other because those are names. What do you think all this is about? Why do you think the biggest thing in the world right now is the list? They're taking names. All right? And especially with the deep fake mess coming out. Come on, bro. They already got Tom Cruise deep fake to where people thought it was Tom Cruise. You know, you got Will Smith kind of mocking you guys right to your face saying, hey man, I've been deep fake since the 90s. Like, come on, bro. You don't know when they're going to take these people away because they got the rights to their voice. They got the rights to their face. You don't know. They say, oh, this person was in the credits. So you say, oh, that person was in it. They're still alive because they just did this film. They just did this game. They just did this interview. Wrong. They're not alive. They're fucking not alive, bro. These people are dead. And long dead. Excuse my French. But that's the way that they're getting rid of these people. They're getting rid of them. So the pushback on the other side, like I said, the other side is not gonna have time to waste to convince you or talk to you. They are coming like thieves in the night and they're gonna take people away. Period. All right? They're taking people away that are in authority, and you wonder why your nation's leaders are acting the way that they're acting. You don't think that's strange? There is literally people under a gun, and you think that you're not at war. They're talking about bombs and nukes. You got civil war at your backyard, in your doorstep. You got freaking death. You got Hades. You got horsemen all over the place. Come on, man. You got stuff in the sky you ain't never seen. You got people talking about we need iodine pills. Come on, you're just gonna make them more money until the day you die from fear. You need to wake up and realize they're gonna keep spending that shit on you every day, all day, and keep that money coming and bringing it back to them every fucking day. Every day. And all it's going to do is make less and less and less and less and less of you until you look around and realize there's nobody there for you and with you when they come for you in the middle of the night, like a thief in the night. Because you would not listen to your people telling you that you guys are on the wrong side. And even the people telling you are on the wrong side because the way that they're going to deal with it. I told you, both sides are at war and they're out for blood and there's no in-betweens. There is no in-betweens. There is no in-betweens. They both are coming to mark. They're saying, hey, we own the science. What does science come from? Well, if you look throughout the Bible, you will not find the word science, but in one word, conscience. Conscience. All right. So when they say they own the science, well, they took the conscience because science's whole objective all these years was to mind control. Break through the firmament. Oh, you get it? Firmament, mind, mental, demented, dementia. That's where all your heroes are going. They're getting broken. All right? They're either in jail or they're getting dead. Period. It's mind control. They get used and they're gone. And you follow right down that path with that flame. Because that's the only way that they want you attracted, is to follow in the footsteps of somebody that's already been defeated. Because they don't want nothing new. Anything new, they can't do new. They cannot do you. They can't do new. Because that's too much. There's too many new people. They can't do that. They need everybody the same exact way. Fearful and scared. They need you scared, all right? And if you're scared to speak up, then the person next to you is going to pay for it. You're at war, and your words are your only salvation. And if the ears around you serve your word, and if they are useless, then forever hold their peace. Their blood is not on your hands. And I said there's going to be a second death to this. That's what I mean. Meaning like the word never dies. If you know anything about that part of science, that's an original form of energy that cannot be destroyed or created. It's only transferred or recreated. And so you already know, he already said, heaven and earth will pass away, but my word is forever. So you need to know, man, your word is your only chance. It's your only chance, period. Your gun is not going to save you.